So this question is coming in the Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj is asking to Shukadeva Goswami about his grandfather, whose grandfather of Parikshit is Arjun. So Parikshit is calling Shukadeva Brahman, means also someone who knows past, present and future. He knows past, present and future. Shukadeva Goswami knows. Parikshit is asking him. My grandfather Arjun, he was able to kill very quickly so many warriors in the battle of Kurukshetra. Please tell me about that. One shlok is coming. So in this context, Shukadeva Goswami told, look, your grandfather Arjun, so the father of Parikshit Maharaj is Abhimanyu, and the father of Abhimanyu so the father of Parikshit is Abhimanyu, and Abhimanyu's father is Arjun.
इसलिए कहा है जी मेरे पितामह जानी अर्जुन कैसे ये युद्ध क्षेत्र के विशाल युद्ध क्षेत्र के कैसे पराजित किया.
So how did my grandfather Arjun, he won in the battle of Kurukshetra? So in the context of this Harikatha, Shukadeva Goswami told, he explained about the Mahabharata war. When the Mahabharata war was ended, was finished after 18 days. Bhim broke the tie of Duryodhana, and then Duryodhana was lying on the bed of death. Duryodhana was about to die. When Duryodhana was about to die, it was night time already, everybody had left. Then the Pandavas, they were in the camp and they were celebrating. They were about to celebrate the victory party, festival of victory. Then Bhagavan Krishna told them, "Hey Yudhishthira, if there is still life in the snake, breath in the snake, you should never believe the snake if the snake is still alive, because the snake can somehow come back to life and bite you." So Shastra explains, after killing the snake, you should always burn the body of the snake, because if the snake doesn't become ashes, maybe the snake will come back to life and or like not completely dead, and can be dangerous for your head, can bite you or something like that. So in the same way, Duryodhana, he was almost dead, but not dead yet. And his body was not also burned. So Krishna told the Pandavas, don't think that you have already won. But the Pandavas were so proud and they were so intoxicated by their pride. Like, oh, we won, we won. So they didn't want to listen to what Krishna was saying. Yudhishthira, Bhim, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev, Draupadi, they were so enthusiastic about this victory party. But Krishna had still one more Lila to perform. He had to kill everyone, and only 5 persons would be alive. 5 Pandavas and Draupadi, I mean 6 people would be alive in that war. So the rest of people should die. So that's why Bhagavan made this pastime of what? Krishna told the Pandavas, go to another place to perform your victory party. And then
भाई 5 पुत्रों के पांडवों के टेंट में
So
रख दिया।
Krishna put the 5 sons of Draupadi in the tent of the Pandavas and told the Pandavas to celebrate the victory party in another place. So the brother of Draupadi, Dhrishtadyumna, also was staying in that tent. The 5 sons of Draupadi and her brother. Bhagavan knew all this. He knows all the Leelas, what will happen in the future or not. Bhagavan told to Shiva Mahadev, Shivaji, you should protect this place. Protect the tent. Like a security guard. Shivaji was staying there, Mahadev. And the 5 Pandavas and Draupadi, they were in another place and they were celebrating the victory in the war. So much happiness, like they were so happy and celebrating. Just like these wealthy families, wealthy families, rich families. Nice food, and everybody like so proud. I did this, I did that. Food, opulence, like this. And then Asvattama came. Asvattama, he was suffering so much. Why? Because his brother was killed by Dhrishtadyumna. So who killed Dronacharya was Dhrishtadyumna, the brother of Draupadi. So Asvattama wanted to take revenge. He wanted revenge. But now the war had already finished. And Asvattama saw that it was like midnight already. Like 1 a.m. It was everything empty everywhere. Dogs and jackals, they were moving there around that area. There was no one there, and it was like very dark night. And also the smoke from the crematorium coming, because so many bodies were burned from dead people of the war. And Duryodhana was in the middle there, because his thigh was broken. He was just waiting for his last breath. Then Asvattama came to Duryodhana and told, oh my friend, you did everybody general or commander-in-chief, but not even for 1 day you made me the general of the army or the commander of the army. Not even for 1 day. If for 1 day you would make me the general, the commander, then you would win the war, of course. Bhishma Pitamaha was the general for 10 days in the war. Then my father also, you made him general, Dronacharya. For 8 days. But if you had made me even for 1 day, you would win the war. Duryodhana said, what to do? Whatever happened has already happened. That time was already like 12, 1 a.m. Okay, so make me general now. But the war is already over. Duryodhana said, there's no war during the night, so how possible? Just like the witch, I'll make a witch war. Like witches come at night, right? So the same way, I'll make some like phantom war or something like that. Just see how you're gonna win, and because I will kill the Pandavas, and at least you'll die in peace. So Asvattama told this.
दुर्योधन ने किया कि
So
अपने
Duryodhana
उरु से
took from his own thigh
जो खून निकाल रहा था,
the blood
उस खून से लेकर के और क्या ना
and put on the forehead of Asvattama.
ललाट पर तिलक लगा के जाओ, तुमके लाल तिलक लगा दे, प्रधान सेनापति
Okay, I'll make you the
हैं,
general-in-chief,
युद्ध में तुम
commander-in-chief of the war.
तुम कहीं राज्य देकर चला जाएगा, लेकिन मेरा तो मृत्यु हो,
I'm gonna die. Yes.
उस समय द्रोणाचार्य क्या बोले?
So if you win, you can keep the. If you win, you can keep the like the kingdom. Like if you win. So Asvattama came.
देखा थे पांडवों के 5 पांडवों के टेंट में आ गए, असंत के पता नहीं ये भगवान जी उनके
Asvattama came in the tent of the Pandavas, but actually Asvattama didn't know that Bhagavan had already told the Pandavas to go to another tent. Even Shiva didn't know that the Pandavas were not inside. She was also thinking that was the tent of the Pandavas.
असत्यमा बहुत शिव जी की स्तुति कर शिव जी कहने लगे नहीं भगवान के आदेश है तुमको जाने नहीं,
Then Asvattama
एक मच्छर तक भी घुस नहीं सकते,
asked to enter inside. Shiva said, no, not even one mosquito can enter inside because Bhagavan Krishna ordered me. But then Asvattama, he prayed to Shiva and Shiva was pleased, and he also offered Ganga water, Angel's water and bell leaf and Om Namah Shivaya, and Shiva is so easily satisfied. Asvattama said, I just want to check on the Pandavas, how are they? I just want to see them. Shiva said, okay, go and come out. Asvattama went and saw like the 5 Pandavas were sleeping. Asvattama took his bow and arrow and finished all of them. While they were sleeping, he chopped off their heads of the 5 Pandavas. Yeah, but he didn't know he was cutting the head of the sons of Draupadi. He thought it was really the Pandavas. No, so Dhrishtadyumna was also there. He also chopped off his head. He knew it was Dhrishtadyumna.
Draupadi's brother.
But how he fought it was because he was going to kill 5, but he killed 6.
Okay, so I brought the 6 heads. He was thinking it was the 5 Pandavas, and he knew it was brother. So he was thinking the 5 Pandavas and the Dhrishtadyumna also. He knew he wanted to especially kill Dhrishtadyumna because Dhrishtadyumna had killed his own father, Dronacharya. Oh, sorry, he didn't bring the head of Dhrishtadyumna, only the head of the Pandavas. He was thinking it was the head of the 5 Pandavas. He brought only these 5 heads. Okay. When he came, he showed to Dronacharya, look, you won. We won. Here, the 5 heads of the Pandavas. He gave to Duryodhana. Then Duryodhana told, look, even though I'm about to die, I want to take revenge. So, because especially Bhim, he killed my 100 brothers. So give me the head of Bhim. The biggest head, the head of Bhim, give it to me. Then Dhrishtadyumna took the biggest head, the head of Bhim, gave to Duryodhana. Then Duryodhana was so angry. Then he just like tried to mash completely the head of him. But when he tried to do that, just like a mushroom, the head very easily was pressed. Just like if a little bit to press a mushroom will like burst. Burst is in English. Burst. Smash. So in the same way this happened to the head. So he thought, this is not the head of Bhim. Cannot be the head of Bhim. Then at this moment a lightning came.
और देखा
Then he was able
ये
to see.
द्रौपदी के पुत्रों की मस्तक है,
This is the head of the sons of the Draupadi.
ये भीम के मस्तक नहीं है।
It's not the head of Bhim.
अर्थात भीम के औरत से द्रौपदी के गर्भ में जो संतान है,
Yeah, this is
वो भीम
actually
के
the
भांति
son
होता है।
of Bhim with Draupadi.
बड़ा मस्तक था।
That's why it was the biggest head, the son of Bhim and Draupadi. He thought it was Bhim, but when the lightning came,
देखा तो
he saw that actually it was not Bhim, it was the son of Bhim.
तो दुर्योधन करे सत्यमा
Duryodhan,
क्या कर
Asvattama, what did you do?
ये तो भीम के नहीं हो सकता।
This is not Bhim.
तुमने तो द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र के लेकर क्या
You brought me the 5 sons of Draupadi. My enemies were not the sons of Draupadi, but their fathers. Like the Pandavas were my enemies, not their sons.
पुत्र के साथ हमारी कोई शत्रुता
I don't have any enmity towards their sons. My enmity is towards the Pandavas especially only.
अब तुमने क्या किया?
And what did you do?
उनके वंशगत में ध्वंस किया।
You finished their dynasty, you destroyed their dynasty.
तो उस समय ऐसे करके
And then saying this,
दुर्योधन ने
Duryodhan, he took his last breath.
दुर्योधन वहीं पर रणक्षेत्र में वो
He died in the battlefield, left his body.
इधर ये विचार करने लगे कि पांडव लोग का भी जीवित है, हम तो छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
कौन विचार करे? कौन विचार करे? Beginning of the Asvattama.
अश्वत्थामा विचार करने लगे,
Asvattama was thinking,
मैं तो पांडवों के पुत्रों को मार दिया,
I've killed the son of the
अब
Pandavas
भाई को मैं मार दिया,
and the brother of
पांडव
Draupadi.
लोग तो हमें छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
But the Pandavas will not spare me, they will
और
chase me.
इसके बाद भगवान विराजमान
And of
है,
course Bhagavan is also with them.
ये तो हमें छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
They will not spare me, like they will come behind me, they will chase me.
जहाँ पर व्यासदेव जी है,
Asvattama thought, I'd better go to Vyasadevji. So he went to him
अपने प्रायश्चित्त की
to get some atonement,
व्यवस्था करने के लिए।
prashchitta.
और इधर स्वयं भगवान सर्वज्ञ जी जानते
But
हैं।
Swayam Bhagavan, he knows
स्वयं
everything.
भगवान कहने लगे,
So
जो रात को हो
Bhagavan
गया,
told, now it's too late.
युधिष्ठिर, द्रौपदी
Hey,
सुनो,
Yudhishthir,
आप अपना
Bhim,
अपने
listen.
स्थान पर जाओ।
Go back to your tent and sleep. Take rest.
ऐसे कहने पर द्रौपदी
And told this,
वहीं पर आई।
then Draupadi went to the tent
देखा
and she saw
उनके 5 पुत्र के जो है मस्तक नहीं।
only the 5 bodies of her sons without head.
द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र के सिर नहीं,
There were no heads in the bodies of the 5 sons of Draupadi.
और उनके भाई की सिर भी कटा हुआ है।
And also the head of her brother was also cut off.
तो विचार करने लगी, ये किसने मारा?
Draupadi thought, who killed him? Who killed them?
एक्चुअली वह की
Actually,
महादेव को पूछा गया।
so they also asked Mahadeva, who came inside?
सीरियल में दिखा तो उसको दिखा रहे हैं, तीर को दिखा रहे हैं।
If you see,
तीर थोड़ी लग गया।
in the serial, they checked with the arrow, but actually the arrow was not even there.
सीरियल में दिखा रहे हैं।
In the serial, means the TV series, looks like they're checking because of the arrow, but actually
शिव जी को पूछा गया,
they asked to Shiva,
कौन है?
who came?
तो शिव जी बोले,
Shiva told,
शिव जी सरल में बोल
Shiva very simple said, oh, Asvattama came.
तो असत्यमा के पीछा करने लगे। द्रौपदी का हाउतास करने लगे अपने पुत्र
So Draupadi
और
was
भाई के लिए।
completely like, how to say,
मस्तक के बाल
struck
फाड़ते हुए हाउतास
by, no, she was so upset, of course. She was like weeping and because of next to her son's body and also brother crying, she was so much. And then Bhima and Arjuna went to search for Asvattama. Bhagavan told which direction, and then they went and they came to the ashram of Vyasadeva. And at that time, Vyasadeva was telling, sorry, Asvattama told Vyasadeva, I did this wrong, please arrange my atonement. Then Bhima Arjun caught him and said, oh, we will arrange your atonement, don't worry. Told to Asvattama. Bhima and Arjun told Asvattama, we will arrange your atonement, don't worry. Then, at that time, Asvattama looked behind and they were there just like the time. Bhagavan was also standing behind. Bhim and Arjun were also there. Then Asvattama started to run away. Running away, Bhagavan told Bhim and Arjun, catch him, bring him. Then Arjun and Bhim, they started to chase him, running behind. Asvattama saw I will not be able to escape them. So Asvattama desperately he shot the brahmastra to kill Arjun. Bhagavan told to Arjun also shoot the brahmastra because you remove a thorn with a thorn, right? Okay, so to also shoot the brahmastra. But then Vyasadeva saw and told one brahmastra is enough to finish the universe. Imagine two. So Vyasadeva told Arjun, you bring it back. Take it back. Then, by the order of Bhagavan, Arjun took it back. But Vyasadeva told Asvattama, take your brahmastra back. Vyasadeva told Asvattama, take it back. But Asvattama said, I only know how to shoot it, not to take it back. And the story is also because Dronacharya gave the brahmastra to Arjun. How to shoot the brahmastra and take it back also. But then Asvattama came to Dronacharya and told, oh father, you gave the brahmastra to Arjun, why didn't you give to me? Then Dronacharya told Asvattama, you're not qualified to get the brahmastra. You'll misuse the brahmastra. But Asvattama was insisting, and Dronacharya, controlled by the love of his son, he taught him how to shoot the brahmastra, but not taught him how to bring it back, bring the brahmastra back. Dronacharya only taught half to Dronacharya. So Dronacharya said, I don't know how to take it back. Vyasadeva told, okay, so change the direction. Throw it in the sky or in the ocean, space, like the sidereal space, yes, or in the ocean, something like that. But Asvattama is very, very wicked. I'll just destroy another dynasty. Very good opportunity. So Uttara was pregnant. Parikshit Maharaj was in her womb. The son of Abhimanyu. So Putra was pregnant with the son of Abhimanyu, and then he just changed the direction of the brahmastra to go to the womb of Uttara. Uttara started to suffer so much. Uttara remembered Bhagavan. Swayam Bhagavan in one form entered the womb of Uttara, and he completely destroys the brahmastra with his gada, mace. Bhagavatam explains, when after the brahmastra was destroyed, then Parikshit Maharaj appeared from the womb of Uttara. Parikshit Maharaj saw something very amazing. I saw Bhagavan Vishnu when I was in my womb. That same Bhagavan Krishna is standing near me. So that's why his name was Parikshit. Ikit means to see. Who I saw in the womb. The same Krishna I'm seeing outside also. Parikshit. Another name of Parikshit Vishnudutas. Rata means to protect,
स्वयं भगवान विष्णु के द्वारा रक्षित
because he was protected by Bhagavan Vishnu.
परीक्षित परीक्षित के एक नाम हो गया विष्णुनाथ.
So that's why his name is Vishnudutas also.
परीक्षित के नाम विष्णुनाथ लिखा है. भगवान विष्णु के द्वारा
Because he was protected by Bhagavan Vishnu.
protected by Lord Vishnu. विष्णु. तो इसी प्रकार परीक्षित महाराज के जन्म वृत्तांत बताया.
So this is the story of the birth of Parikshit in brief.
समझ में आए कि नहीं?
Did you understand what I said? I have a question, Gurudev. Devotee is asking.
देखा जाता है कि भगवान कृष्ण ने जो पांडव के पुत्र है, जैसे वो घटोत्कच था और ये पांडव के पुत्र, इनकी बलिदानी दी.
So we see the Mahabharata war. The sons of Pandavas were also killed, all of them. They were sacrificed in the war. What is the story behind this?
द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्रों को मारा.
Okay, the 5 sons of Draupadi were killed.
द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्रों मारने के तात्पर्य क्या
What is the meaning of her sons being killed?
क्योंकि आगे भगवान जो है द्रौपदी के इन लोग के लेकर के देश में ले गए.
Later, Bhagavan wanted to take them to the abode of Lord, Bhagavatam. Do you understand?
इसलिए भगवान ये दिखाना चाहते हैं ये कहीं आसक्ति रहे.
So he didn't want them to have an attachment.
जब रहते हैं बेटा रहे तो बेटा के प्रति आसक्ति हो.
If the son is there, the person is attached to the son.
आसक्ति के क्या करते हैं?
That's why he wanted to cut all the attachments of Draupadi.
पति में जितना आसक्ति नहीं होता है फल में ज्यादा आसक्ति होती है.
You have more attachment to the fruit of your marriage than to the husband himself. Like you have more attachment to the son than to your husband.
संसारिक विचार
Is this true? Material conceptions like this.
संसारिक विचार में क्या होता है?
What is the material conception? When you become old, you're not attached to the husband, this is true. But you are attached to your kids, children. Why more attachment to the son, she's asking. Why more attachment to the son? We don't have so much attachment to the daughter. We have more to the son. She's saying, I don't have.
बेटी में इसलिए कहते हैं एक संस्कार बन जाता है वो हमारे छोड़ के चले.
Because already you have this culture that she'll belong to someone else. She'll get married and she'll go.
वो पराई हो जाएगा. एक
We have this already in the mind. This mindset you have that she'll go to another family.
वो हमें थोड़ी रक्षा करेंगे.
You know that after marriage she'll not come to you like so much, when you become old.
बेटी थोड़ी आएगी.
Your daughter will not come.
लोग बेटा क्यों चाहते हैं?
And that's why people want sons.
एक भावना रहता है.
Because of these.
बेटा
They think,
मैं वृद्ध हो जाऊं तो
when I
बेटा
become
मुझे,
old, my son will
रक्षा करेगा.
protect me,
देखभाल करेगा.
take
और
care of me.
दूसरी बेटी जब शादी
And
होता है
also,
दूसरी गोत्र में चले
when the
जाते
daughter gets married, she goes to another family, another gotra. She's not even in your lineage, saying like this, the daughter.
हैं. आगे नहीं.
Do you understand?
वो परंपरा में नहीं रहता. हैं? आज बंगाल में एक शब्द कहता है.
In Bengal, they say,
मैं राज क्या बोला मैं भूल गया.
I forgot.
बोले मैं राजा की बेटी हूँ तो राजपुत्री कहा जाता है.
The daughter of a king
भाई राजा
is
होता
called
मेरा क्या होता है? कुछ होता
Rajaputri.
है? कोई संबंध नहीं.
But if my brother is a king, then I don't have any relationship.
बाप राजा तो राजा जी, भाई राजा तो अमर जी. हैं?
If you're
तो यहाँ पर बेटा होने पर ये रहते हैं हमारी परंपरा चलता है.
means
एक
if
गोत्र में आता है.
means because the son is one gotra, one
बेटी जब
lineage,
हो जाती है,
but the daughter no.
गोत्र में चले जाते हैं. गोत्र समझते हो? दूसरी गोत्र में चले जाते हैं.
They go to
वो
another
हमारी परंपरा में नहीं
lineage.
आता. ये
It's
हमारी
not coming
परंपरा
in your lineage, in your parampara.
में. इसलिए संसार के
That's
लोग
why people of this world,
पुत्री अपेक्षा पुत्र ही चाहते हैं.
they prefer sons than daughters.
पुत्र चाहने से क्या होता है? नहीं हमारी परंपरा है.
Because they will continue their lineage.
है? पुत्री हो जाए वंश परंपरा में नहीं आता है. वो दूसरे घर में चले जाते हैं.
Because the daughter will get married to another family and will go to another family, another lineage.
इसलिए लोग पुत्र चाहते हैं.
That's why people want
परंपरा
sons.
रहता है और ये भावना रहता है मुझे भी रक्षा नहीं करे.
And because they think also the sun will protect me. If the sun will protect you or not is another point. But you think he will protect, you have this hope. He's saying the parents Putri? What he said? Putra, putra. Putra. He's saying daughters they worry more for the parents, but Gurudev is saying. But anyway, the parents they have this hope. When I become old, my son will protect me. Because the daughter will go to another gotra, even another lineage, another parampara, another Indian culture. Because they give the kanyadan, when the daughter gets married, the parents they give the kanyadan, they give the daughter in donation to the other family. Even that's why they don't even eat in the family that they gave the daughter to. For example, you gave your daughter to some family. You don't go to the family of this new family of your daughter. You not eat in their house. That's why people from Nandagaon, from Varshana, they don't take anything in Nandagaon. According to Shastra, we should not eat. Yes, no. Gurudev is saying, should not take food in that family that you gave your daughter to. Because already you gave your daughter in donation to. And also not live in the house of the son-in-law, devotees. Yes. Gurudev didn't answer. According to, also they have to check time, place and circumstance. She's saying in the Western culture, daughters take care of the father. Gurudev is saying in Western culture there is no culture. They asked Srila Swami Maharaj, what is your conception about the Westerners' culture? Then Swami Maharaj told that they have animal culture. The culture of the Westerners is animal culture, no culture. They asked Srila Swami Maharaj about this. In some interview, they asked, he told directly this answer. Because in the Western countries, they don't have this, they don't get married. Before there was, 100 years ago there was, he's saying, because the Christianism was strong. People used to follow most this rule, devotees saying, telling Gurudev, yeah, they have more discrimination before. Yes. But even that was not. The parents of Jesus, Joseph and Mary, they were not married. Paranguru Maharaj wrote about this. They were not married. Huh? No, but in Brazil also, yeah, 100 years ago, she was a chaste woman. I'm not telling you about this. Like she was a Virgin Mary, he said. But they got married or not? The Vedic culture is not there. The Vedic culture, the marriage should be there. The wedding should be there. If there's no wedding, how can you say there was a culture? Param Guru Maharaj wrote. Srila Bhakti Pragyana, in his book Vaishnava Vijay Grantha, he wrote all about this. Srila Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami Maharaj. So the wedding should be there. God and his devotees can appear anywhere, true. But when you check according to worldly conception, Joseph and Mary, were they married or not? But they had baby.
विवाहित न होकर के
If you're not married
जो है वो
and you have
वैदिक
baby,
नहीं मानते।
this is not Vedic rules.
कृष्ण भी इसमें भी है।
That's why Krishna,
कृष्ण
Joseph and
ब्रज
Mary.
में रह करके पुत्र संतान क्यों उत्पन्न नहीं किया?
Why Krishna didn't have babies in Braj?
है? कृष्ण भगवान है,
Krishna is Bhagavan.
सब कर सकते हैं।
He could do everything.
है? आज समझ
Do you understand?
कृष्ण तो ब्रज में रहे
Krishna stayed
और
in
कितने
Braj
लड़कियों के साथ रहे।
and stayed with so many girls.
लोग विचार किया।
According to the mundane conception,
किसी संतान को
he didn't have babies with any of them
है? क्योंकि विवाहित होकर के करना है।
because
अवैध होकर के पुत्र संतान
to have babies without marriage, without wedding,
वही जगह।
it's Aveda, against the rules, illegal. To have babies without the
है?
wedding.
ये विचार है। तो कृष्ण फिर क्या किया?
But then Krishna,
द्वारका में
in
जो है,
Dwarika,
शादी करके
then he
लोग नहीं होते।
got married according to the like culture of
पुराने भगवान में कुछ दोष
the
नहीं
world.
करते।
Bhagavan, he will not be any faults.
मनुष्य के वंश नहीं है।
Moshe?
है?
Moshe?
मनुष्य के
Ah,
वंश
Manusha. Okay, his babies are not
आज में
like
तथापि विवाह आदि करके
made like normal human beings. Like conception is different for God. You know, conception, making babies, but still he is following these rules. Only babies after the wedding. Krishna is also showing this.
तो भगवान के लिए कहते हैं कि सती नारी हो और सती
So I'm not
नारी को विचार
coming to consideration if the person, where they're talking about Mary, she was chaste woman or not,
नियम के फल
like virgin. But I'm telling about following the Vedic rules. Same with Vyasadeva, Parasura and Satyavati.
कैसे किया?
They had baby also without getting married.
वो तो दृष्टि बात
But it was by looking at her she became pregnant. Satyavati.
इच्छा से किया। उनके उसी कर सकती है। लौकिक नहीं दिखा रहे। व्यासदेव की जन्म जो है
And about the birth of Vyasadeva.
पराशर ऋषि के जो पराशर ऋषि जो व्यासदेव के जन्म के माने सत्यवती के गर्भ में जन्म
So Parasura Rishi
अथवा व्यासदेव
gave the birth, gave the baby in the womb of Satyavati, and also Vyasadeva also impregnated Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika.
ये कोई ये संस्था ये नहीं बात
There was no
देहात संबंध
physical relation, not at all, for that.
ये केवल उस समय की समय था
At the time was different.
उस समय की समय था सत्य त्रेता द्वापर युग में
Satyavati, Dwapara and Kali.
बड़े बड़े ऋषि
Sorry, Satyavati, Dwapara Yuga. The rishis, they had this potency.
आज में उसे दृष्टि शक्ति के
By the sight, they could like impregnate.
संतान
This word exists in English, no? Impregnate? Yeah? Okay.
फिर कलयुग में संभव
But in Kali Yuga, this is not possible.
है जैसा कब हुआ
And Jesus, his mother, was when? This 2000 years ago. So this was Kali Yuga already.
कलयुग प्रारंभ हो गया से 5000 साल पहले कृष्ण
Kali Yuga started after Krishna left, like 5000 years ago.
ये सिद्धि नहीं था
So they didn't have this siddhi.
But Christians say that Mary, that her baby went like Holy Spirit, like the God came inside her, that she was pure, and like that she did not have any relationships with her husband.
She's saying Christianism said that they didn't have physical touch and she became pregnant with the Holy Spirit. They say. But Gurudev said that actually in Kali Yuga it's not possible, this siddhi. And then 5 things are prohibited in Kali Yuga. 5 things prohibited in Kali Yuga, that Sloka is saying. What are the 5 things? Ashwamedha Yagya? In Dwapara or Treta Yuga, they used to Gomedha Yagya also, sacrificing cow or this horse. Ashwamedha Yagya and Gomedha, even killing the cow. That's why people say, oh, Yash Shastra explains about killing the cow. The rishis themselves, they used to kill the cows. Some people, they tell like this. But that time, when they used to kill the cows,
गायों की जो हत्या वो बूढ़े बूढ़े गाय को
They used to kill old cows, and then again they used to give her a new body and like a young body. This is not possible in Kali Yuga. If it's possible, you can do it. So they used to resurrect the cow in the fire sacrifice. Yes, they used to give a new body to the cow.
कलयुग में संभव है
In Kali Yuga, this is not possible.
तो फिर
So
इसलिए कहते हैं अश्वमेधम दवालम
that's why you cannot do Ashwamedha Yaga and Gomedha Yaga in Kali Yuga.
पितरों की जो है
Also offer flesh to your forefathers
श्राद्ध माना
in the Shraddha ceremony, also prohibited in Kali Yuga. But before they used to do that.
कलयुग में और देवर रहने
Also have baby with the brother-in-law.
देवर बने
Devar means
बड़े भाई क्या बोले हस्बैंड के भाई के
the
द्वारा
brother of your husband. To have a baby with the husband of your brother is also prohibited in Kali Yuga. Sorry. To have a baby with the brother of your husband is also prohibited in Kali Yuga. The example we saw Vyasadevji, he was the
है कि नहीं?
like the brother of the husbands of this Amba, Ambika and Ambika, and he came and he looked at them
कलयुग में माना करते
and did baby. But in Kali Yuga this is prohibited.
देवर के द्वारा पुत्र आदि उत्पादन करना उचित नहीं
Not proper.
जैसे बिहार आदि में बिहार में दिखाया जाता
Like in Bihar,
है उनके
we
बड़े
see one
भाई
thing.
मर जाता है
When the old brother
और
dies,
छोटे भाई के साथ रहता है।
so the wife starts to stay with the younger brother.
कलयुग में माना
But it's not good. Actually, in other yugas was possible, but in Kali Yuga this is prohibited. In Kali Yuga it's impossible. This is prohibited. Like the older brother died, and the wife of the older brother started to stay with the younger brother. This is not in Kali Yuga. It's prohibited. This is some bad.
दूसरे युगों की धारा को रख
So this is things from other yugas that are remaining in Kali Yuga, but this in Kali Yuga is prohibited. Should not be there. Otherwise, it's a kusamskara, bad habits, bad.
और सन्यास भी इसी कर्म
Even sannyasa, also karma sannyasa is also prohibited in Kali Yuga. Karma sannyasa.
सन्यास कितु कहा जाता है
What is sannyasa?
क्रिया को नाश कर देना
You give up all the activities, but in Kali Yuga this is not possible.
जो कहते हैं सन्यास
That's why those who say
सन्यास नहीं होता
I'm a sannyas,
सन्यास माना
karma sannyasa is prohibited in Kali Yuga. You have to do karma, everyone.
कहते हैं
In the Gita, Bhagavan himself told,
जो कहते हैं मैं कर्म नहीं
those who say I'm not doing karma, they are lying, they are liars. It's written in the Gita.
सन्यास शब्द की अर्थ क्या है
Sannyasa means
समस्त प्रकार की कर्म आसक्ति को त्याग देने
give up all the
है
attachments and the activities.
सन्यास माना करते हैं
This is sannyas.
कर्म करना पड़ता है
So karma sannyas is prohibited because actually until you have the body, you cannot finish all activities. Like even if you eat, this is karma. You are breathing, this is also karma.
शरीर के लिए करना पड़ता है सांस ले रही नहीं है
So you have to breathe, you have to eat.
किसके लिए भोजन करना शरीर
So you have to eat for your body.
तो शरीर के लिए शरीर सारे संबंधित जो वस्तु होता है उसे कर्म कहा जाता है
So whatever you do related to your body, this is karma. What is the definition of karma?
शरीर शरीर संबंधी वस्तु के साथ
Whatever
जो करता है,
you do for your body and something related to your body, this is karma.
है? तो कलयुग में कोई कहे
So in Kali Yuga, if somebody says, I don't do karma,
ये कर्म से
and like a karma sannyas, no, it's not possible. That's why karma sannyas is prohibited in Kali Yuga.
है? कर्म संन्यास की परिभाषा दी
The
है
definition of karma sannyas,
समस्त कर्मों को मैं त्याग देना
you give up all the karmas, activities.
है? कर्म संन्यास
He's asking about bhakti sannyas. What they're saying, karma sannyasa means to give up all the karmas, the activities. This is sannyas. But in Kali Yuga, this is not possible.
संबंधित कर्म को कैसे त्याग सकते हैं?
भगवान में अर्पित कर देते हैं
But if you offer to Bhagavan, then it's different.
जब हम भगवान में अर्पित कर देते
If
हैं
it's
तो
offer to
वो
God,
नहीं रहता है कर्म
yourself, and everything you do, then this is bhakti, it's not karma.
हमें भोजन करना है
Like I need to eat, for
तो
example.
भोजन करने के लिए हम
So,
क्या चाहिए
to eat, I need food.
तो उसके पहले भगवान में अर्पित
But
कर देते
first I offer this food to God.
हैं। यही प्रकार है।
This is the thing.
और युग में लोग कर्म संन्यास कर रहे थे
In other yugas, people used to do karma sannyas. I give up all the karmas.
हजारों साल जीवित रहते थे
They used to stay alive for thousands of years, even without food. You see Dhruva Maharaj,
खाए पिए खड़े रहे
without eating, drinking, he was alive.
किंतु कलयुग में नहीं होता,
But in Kali Yuga, this is not possible.
सांस लेना पड़ता है कि नहीं?
You have to breathe or not.
है? किंतु देखो ध्रुव महाराज जी का था, ध्रुव महाराज
But you
सांस
see,
भी रोक दी।
Dhruva Maharaj even stopped breathing
सांस
also.
भी रोको।
Try to stop breathing, see what will happen to you.
तो बोलते वो तो भगवान के परिकर
कलयुग में ना संभव नहीं
In
है।
Kali Yuga is not possible. He's asking, what about the yogis? Gurudev is saying, not possible in Kali Yuga, only in other yugas. In the other yugas was possible for everyone, only for parikaras. Didi is asking.
अभ्यास करते हैं, परिकर
Gurudev is
को
saying,
और वो
those who have the habit or the practice, like they can do whether they were parikaras or not in other yugas. First, try to understand this.
ये कलयुग में क्यों कारण कर्म संन्यास माना?
Why karma sannyasa is prohibited in Kali Yuga?
कलयुग में मनुष्य के लिए संभव नहीं
It is not possible for the human beings in Kali Yuga.
है। कोई कहते ना मैं
Some people say, I don't eat. Even nowadays, some people say.
तो वायु तो आहार करते हो,
But you're breathing, alright?
क्योंकि कलयुग में हमारी
Because in Kali Yuga, this 5-element body
ये पांचों की शरीर में ये जरूरी है।
is necessary, these things for the body, like air, for example. But in other yugas, people used to stay thousands of years even without air.
कलयुग में
But in Kali Yuga, it's not possible.
वो यूट्यूब में आ जाता है इधर
Those who are in YouTube saying they are doing this for thousands of years, this is all useless.
ऐसे योगी हैं जो
वो
योग क्रिया के द्वारा
राजा भांग को सब लेते रहते
Actually, they take even ganja bang.
हैं। वो उसी प्रकार में लोगों के केवल रिद्धि सिद्धि प्राप्ति
They get maybe some mystic power just to also captivate the people, to impress the people.
इसलिए कलयुग में संभव नहीं।
In Kali Yuga, it's not possible.
इसलिए विधान के इसको मानना पड़ेगा।
You have to accept the rules of the scriptures.
कलयुग में ये मान ये कहते हैं ये कलयुग में संभव नहीं।
It's not possible in Kali Yuga. You have to eat.
एक्सेप्शनल केस हो जाता है।
Some exceptional cases are there.
विचार विषय नहीं है। कहाँ ये व्यक्ति
Maybe one person did or do, but this is exception. Another point.
हिमालय में ऐसी है संत
In Himalayas, there are many saints in the Himalayas.
कुछ तो है क्योंकि वो जैसे गंगोत्री गोमुख में रहते हैं और कुछ नहीं पहनते।
Those who stay in the Gangotri without any clothes, Buddha says, yeah, they have some mystic powers, Animalagima, etc.
उससे फल क्या होगा?
But what is the fruit of this?
प्राप्त नहीं होगा।
They don't attain Bhagavan in this.
वो केवल संसारिक वस्तु प्राप्त कर लेते हैं।
Just material things, they go to Swargaloka after some time.
और अधिक करते हैं।
What else?
परिश्रम करने से मिलता कुछ नहीं।
क्या मिलता है? सब लोग आते
So
हैं।
much endeavor in it, and they will go where?
कठोर
Okay,
तपस्या
Swargaloka.
करके स्वर्गलोक
After the hard austerities, they go to Swargaloka. What else they would go?
क्या बोलते हैं?
They have to stay in the 14 planetary systems in one of these places, but amongst the 14 planetary systems, they cannot go out of the universe.
स्वर्ग से आगे नहीं जाते हैं ये लोग।
They don't go higher than Swarga, she says. They can go even to Satyaloka, Brahmaloka, they can go. But after they have to come back here.
ब्रह्मलोक सत्यलोक भी चले जाए फिर तो आना पड़ता है।
Even if they go to Satyaloka, they must come back here. So what is the benefit?
हैं? आज फायदा कुछ नहीं।
There is no benefit.
इधर से केवल लिफ्ट की
Just like lift work, like in the elevator, there's lifts.
क्या काम दिया गया?
Ascensorista. One person, he is working in the lift. If any person comes in the lift, he takes the person to the 10th floor, then again down. His whole day just doing this.
आगे जाना नहीं है। तो उसी प्रकार का
He cannot go higher.
है।
Just that up and down, up and down.
फिर भी जब तक भक्ति के विषय में ना
If you don't follow Bhakti, never ever you can go to Vaikunta.
भक्ति के विषय में
You must follow Bhakti.
अजामिल जब पूछा विष्णु
So Ajamila asked the Vishnudutas,
ये आप लोग तो उस समय तो आए थे मुझे रक्षा करने के
At
लिए,
that time you
मुझसे
came
रक्षा
to
करने
protect me from the
के लिए। उस समय
Vishnudutas.
आप हमें क्यों नहीं ले गए?
So, sorry, from the Yamadutas. Why didn't you take me at that time? Ajamila asked the Vishnudutas, why didn't you take me at that time before? Vishnudutas told, your ananta nivritti was already there, you were free from the anarthas at that time, but still at that time you didn't have prema.
भगवत धाम वैकुंठ जाने के लिए प्रेम की
To go
जरूरत
to
है।
the abode of Lord, you need to have prema.
अभी आप यहाँ पर हरिद्वार में रह करके
So
गंगा
now
जल
you are
पान
staying in
करके
Haridwar, drinking the water of the Ganges,
यहाँ पर भजन के हिसाब
doing
से
the bhajan.
प्रेम उत्पन्न हो गया, इसलिए
So prema appeared, so now you can come with us.
प्रेम जब तक उत्पन्न नहीं होती
If prema hasn't appeared, you cannot go to the Vaikunta. To Vaikunta.
के समय भाव उत्पन्न हो गया था
इसका
Ajamila in the time of death, he got Bhav. He's asking, Gurudev is saying, no, he got Namabhasa,
नामाभास हो गया।
semblance of the holy names.
नहीं समंदर नहीं, नामाभास में क्या है? समंदर रहित
No, Namabhasa, there is no knowledge of relationship.
जो नाम होता है,
Sambandha rohit, aparada rohit. Without knowledge of relationship, without offenses. This is Namabhasa.
संबंध होता है भक्ति और
Sambandha, knowledge of relationship, comes in Bhakti in the stage of prema.
इसलिए दिखा रहे हैं अजामिल के चरित्र में बहुत कुछ दिखा रहे हैं।
So many things we see in the story of
उनके
Ajamila.
नामाभास हो गया,
He got Namabhasa, semblance of holy names.
पाप से मुक्त हो गया।
By this he became free from the sins.
पाप से मुक्त हो जाना इतना, ये तो इस ब्रह्मांड के
But still,
अधिक नहीं है।
you cannot go higher than this universe just because you're free of the sins. Only with prema you can go out of here. So that's why Vishnudutas told, at that time we didn't take you before because you didn't have prema.
आपने अपने तो बेटा के नाम लेकर के पुकारा,
You were calling your name son, your son's name. Which name?
नारायण
Narayan.
है। इससे आपके नामाभास हो गया।
Because of this you got Namabhasa, semblance of the holy names. Actually, when Ajamila did the Namabhasa?
हैं? अजामिल के नामाभास कब हुआ?
When he did Namabhasa, Ajamila?
जब अपने बेटा के नाम रख दिया।
When,
भागवत के अनुसार
according to the Bhagavatam,
अपने जिस दिन अपने
the
बेटा के
day
नाम
that
नारायण रखा,
Ajamila kept his son's name Narayana,
नाम लेकर पुकारा।
means he called his son
उस
Narayana.
समय उनके सारे पाप नष्ट हो गए।
At that time all his sins were destroyed.
तो उनके नामाभास होते हैं।
Got Namabhasa at that time. Which Namabhasa? Which Namabhasa? Hela. 4 types of Namabhasa are there.
संकेत
So he got the Sanket Namabhasa.
डायरेक्ट भगवान के नाम नहीं लेकर के
Sanket, why? Because he was not calling God, he was calling someone else with the same name,
नामाभास
like indirectly.
नामाभास में क्या होता है? क्या सुना आपने?
What did you hear about this? What is in Namabhasa? Sambandha Rohit, Parada Rohit.
संबंध भी नहीं है और अनाथ अपराध भी नहीं है। अपराध
सुनता रहता हूँ, आप लोग सुनता ही नहीं।
I'm speaking, but you're not listening.
नामाभास तो संसार से मुक्ति हो
In
गया।
Namabhasa, you get liberation from the samsara.
और साथ ही साथ बार
And at
बार
the same
फिर
time,
बार-बार
again and
नाम
again,
पुकारने को।
if you're chanting again and again these names,
नामाभास
Namabhasa, then Sukriti comes. If you chant, do Namabhasa again and again, the Sukriti is giving the Sukriti.
अजामिल विष्णुदूतों की दर्शन के सौभाग्य को कैसे हुआ?
So how Ajamila got the good fortune to see the Vishnudutas?
वो जो बार-बार जो
Because he was again and again calling the names of his son. The first time,
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती पाद
Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad explains in the commentary that
अजामिल जिस समय अपने
that day
बेटा के
that
नाम रखा नारायण,
Ajamila gave his son's name Narayan.
पहले दिन पहली
First day, first time he spoke.
उनके सारे पाप नष्ट
At
हो
that
गए,
time,
पाप से
all
मुक्त
his
हो
sins were already destroyed. He was free from the sins. You see the power of Namabhasa.
गए। अजामिल जीवन में पाप तक
Ajamila in
किया,
his life, he committed sins, but not Vaishnava Parada. He did not
ये
commit.
दिखा रहे। अजामिल की कभी
Ajamila never
वैष्णव अपराध नहीं है,
committed Vaishnava Aparad.
वो ब्राह्मण हत्या की
वो
वो
पाप में जा रहे हैं,
He killed the Brahmanas, this and that, but this is only
वो
sins.
सब पाप में चले जा रहे
These only sins. These are only sins.
हैं। तो अजामिल जीवन में पाप किया
Ajamila in his life he committed sins, but no any Vaishnava parad.
इसलिए उनको क्या हो गया नामभास हो गया।
That's why he
बेटा
did
के नाम
Namabhasa.
नारायण
And he put the son's name Narayan and
वो
his son
नामभास हो गया।
already Namabhasa.
और उससे क्या हो गया उनके
And from
सारे
that,
पाप नष्ट
all
हो
his sins were destroyed.
गए, ना? अच्छा फिर बार-बार
Then
बेटा के
again
नाम
and
लेके
again, when he
नारायण
was calling his
नारायण
son's name
नारायण,
again and again, Narayana,
कहते
Narayana.
मृत्यु के समय बेटे के नाम
Even in
लेके
the time of the
नारायण
death
लेके
also,
पुकारा।
he called Narayana.
तो ये क्या हुई?
So this was all what?
और इससे सुकृति हुई।
Sukriti
उस
coming.
सुकृति से ही
From this Sukriti he was able to see the Vishnudutas.
और विष्णुदूत के साथ जमदूत के
And
साथ
then
जो
the
वार्तालाप
conversation between Vishnudutas and Yamadutas, this is called Sadhu Sango.
हुआ,
Do you understand?
अजामिल तो कुछ प्रश्न नहीं
And
पूछा।
Jamila did not ask any question,
विष्णुदूत और
but
जमदूत
the
के
conversation
साथ
between
वार्तालाप
Yamadutas and
हुई। क्या
Vishnudutas,
वार्तालाप
which conversation?
हुई? ये देखो संकीर्तन परिहासं स्तवम मिलनम युवा वैकुंठम ये समझते कथा
All this katha that the Vishnudutas explain about Namabhasa and the power of holy names, this was his sadhu sangha.
वो तो सुना ना
He was hearing all this.
आप नहीं बोल रहे कि यहाँ पर बैठे हैं।
Like you're not speaking anything, but you're just sitting here listening to me. So this is sadhu sangha also. Not that everybody will speak. Not necessarily.
अभी प्रश्न करें ये भी
It's not that everybody will ask questions. One asks the questions or two persons ask these questions. 1,000 people are hearing, but only maybe one or two will ask the question, but everybody will hear that.
हजारों में कोई एक दो
From 1,000 people, maybe one, two will ask the questions in the sadhu sangha.
किंतु बाकी लोग क्या करते हैं?
But the rest of the people, they are hearing.
सुन रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं। वो उसके साधु संग हो गए।
This is also sadhu sangha.
विष्णुदूत, जमदूतों के
Means
साथ
the
जो
conversation between Vishnudutas and Yamadutas.
और अजामिल की
On
सुन
sadhu
रहे हैं, कोई
sangha.
साधु
Ajamal
संग
was hearing. This was his sadhu sangha.
है। और विष्णुदूत के दर्शन की साधना होती है।
To see the Vishnudutas is nothing ordinary. It's no ordinary things.
विष्णुदूत दर्शन कैसे हुए?
So how he had the darshan of the Vishnudutas?
ना कि बार-बार
Because again and again
नारायण पुत्र के नाम लेकर के नारायण नाम लेकर उससे सुखदेव
he was telling Narayana. So from Namabhasa he got Sukriti, and in this way he was able to get sadhu sangha. He's asking, what? But because of the sangha with Loma Shrish he got Namabhasa. He's asking. He did Namabhasa.
ऋषि तो उनके तो प्रेम प्रदान कर दे सकते हैं।
Loma Shrish could even give prem to him,
हैं? अजामिल को जो प्रेम तक भी ले जाते हैं, क्यों? तथापि आगे नाम महात्मा
but
प्रकाश करने के
the
लिए
glories of the holy names
समय पर
should be manifested. That's why Loma Shrish didn't give anything to Narayan, to Ajamila at that time.
साधु आपको दे सकते हैं,
The sadhu can give you everything,
किंतु आपके आगे साधन के लिए
but
आगे
just for you to do the sadhana and for future leelas, he will give you just part of the thing.
हैं? साधुवादी क्षमता है।
The sadhu has this potency, yes.
हैं?
सब कुछ देने के लिए उसी क्षण लेकिन
He can give everything.
लीला काल
आगे उनको जो है बढ़ाएंगे, नाम की महिमा दिखाएंगे।
Just to show the glories of the holy names in the future.
हैं? जो नामाभास से क्या होता है?
From Namabhasa, two things come.
हो जाता है,
You're free from the sins,
पाप नष्ट हो जाता है,
in,
और
and also,
पुनः नाम और
again and again
नाम
speaking
लेने पर
Namabhasa,
सुकृति बन जाती है।
then
इसलिए
Sukriti is created.
नामाभास या वायु से सुकृति
Chaitanya Bhagavan explains, Namabhasa hoite Sukriti.
सुकृति बन जाती है। और वही सुकृति जब
So
परिपुष्ट
when
हो
the
जाता है,
Sukriti
तो
is
साधु संग होता है।
nourished, that material and accumulated, you get sadhu sangha.
यही तरीका है। तो फिर भजन साधन करके फिर प्रेम
Then
उत्पन्न
doing
हुई।
sadhana and bhajan, then prema
प्रेम के
appeared,
द्वारा वो
and by
अजामिल
prem, Ajamila went to.
विष्णु की क्या बोले विमान में
He sat on the chariot or the spaceship of the Vishnudutas and he went to Vaikunta.
ये दिखा।
तो जो ये अजामिल पहले यज्ञ आदि करते थे
Ajamila used to perform 5 sacrifices before.
कर्म कांड में
So this was karma kanda, was not in bhakti marg.
इंद्र ब्राह्मण लोग स्मार्त ब्राह्मण होते
He was a smarta brahmana before Ajamila.
इंद्र वरुण आदि देवता
So they
के
worship
आदि
Indra and Varuna and other demigods in the with the 5 sacrifice.
हम जो यज्ञ करते हैं
When we do 5
पूजा
sacrifice,
आदि करते हैं
we do some puja.
स्मार्त ब्राह्मण जो पूजा आदि करते हैं वो क्या करते हैं
The-
नवग्रह की पूजा करते
So the puja of the smarta brahmanas is different. They do the Navagraha
हैं
puja.
नवग्रह की पूजा करते हैं करते हैं
Navagraha puja. Nava means 9, Graha means planet.
इंद्राय स्वाहा
And also
वरुणाय
they
स्वाहा,
offering to Indra and Varuna and other demigods.
विधि में क्या है
But in Vaishnava rules,
उसमें नवग्रह के नहीं करते
they are not doing
नवग्रह समझते हैं?
Navagraha. Do you know Navagraha?
शनि मंगल बुध बृहस्पति
Like this, all the 9
ऐसे
planets,
करके नवग्रह की पूजा आती है।
like Shani,
बृहस्पति आदि पूजा।
Brihaspati, Jupiter, Mars, all this puja.
हिंदू वैष्णव लोग क्या करते हैं
Vaishnavas are not doing this.
पूजा नहीं करते
They are not worshipping them.
वो क्या करते हैं नवजीवेंद्र क्या बोले होगी होगी अंतरिक्ष विपुलम
They worship the Navajogendra,
इनकी 9 ऋषि की पूजा है।
9 rishis.
इतना अंतर हो गया
So this is the difference.
वो भी पूजा करते हैं और वैष्णव भी पूजा करते हैं
So the puja Vaishnavas do and Smarta Brahmanas also, but they worship different.
नाम लेके
Smarta Brahmanas give offering taking the name of the demigods.
और वैष्णव लोग
Vaishnavas
भगवान और भक्त
take the name of God and his devotees.
ये दिखा
Which language they spoke, Vishnudutas and Yamadutas, so Ajamila he understood.
In which language Vishnudutas and Yamadutas spoke and Ajamila was able to understand? They spoke in Sanskrit or?
संस्कृत का ही है
Because Yamadutas spoke same language as Vishnudutas, so it's just some spiritual language.
कौन किसके साथ बता रहे
Who was speaking to each other? Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. Who was speaking to each other? Gurudev asked him. Vishnudutas and Yamadutas. In which language?
संस्कृत भाषा जानते हैं
In Sanskrit.
And he understood.
In Sanskrit, and Ajamil understood Sanskrit.
ब्राह्मण
Ajamil was Brahmana, so he understood the Sanskrit.
ब्राह्मण थे
Ajamil was a high class Sanskrit. Oh, Vishnudutas Yamadutas spoke in Sanskrit, and Ajamil understood because he was a Brahmana.
बोला सुकृति का फ्रूट सुकृति का फल है साधु संग
The fruit of
आपको
Sukrit is
साधु
Sadhu
संग मिल
Sangha.
जाता है तो भी सुकृति हो जाती है मैच्योर होती है
ये क्या बोल रहे हैं
What is she saying?
what I'm saying is like Gurudev just said that once your sukriti is matured you get association of a sadhu sang sadhu sang मिलते हैं but after you got sadhu sang then what happens to your sukriti
आगे फिर और
आगे फिर बढ़ानी पड़ेगी
Increases more?
सुकृति का काम
स्पिरिट चलता रहे ये सब स्पिरिचुअल है
Sukriti is spiritual, never ends. Spiritual things never ends.
लाइन में चलते रहे
They're only going up and up
वो भाव होता प्रेम दशा भी चलता है
until the stage of
So
Bhava and
after
Prem.
Bhav Dasha, then there is no need Sukriti.
भाई आप
After Bhava, no Sukriti, she's asking. Gurudev said, no, look, Sukriti is something transcendental.
वो न वो चलता
It
रहे
never just rises, it's always going, always going and going.
Increase
यहाँ तक कि महाभाव दशा में चल जाए
Even in the stage of Mahabhava, Sukriti is also there.
भक्ति कभी नष्ट भक्ति कभी
Bhakti,
नहीं होता है।
End नहीं
there's no end in Bhakti.
भक्ति कहा जाता है नित्य का
Bhakti is eternal and continuous.
भक्ति जो है कंटिन्यूस है जल्दी से
How can I get quickly more Sukriti? She's asking. How can the Sukriti come quicker?
भक्ति के 64 अंगों में से सबसे
From the 64 limbs of Bhakti,
कौन सा अंग पालन करें
which limb that we do in Bhakti that Sukriti will be more quickly obtained? Gurudev is saying, Nama Sankirtan. From all the limbs of Bhakti, the best is Nama Sankirtan.
नाम संकीर्तन की मुख्य रखो
Take Nama Sankirtan as the main.
और बाकी जो है
And the rest,
ये आनुषंगिक रूप में लेना
also occasionally also do.
इसलिए कहते हैं नाम कभी
That's why holy names,
कम करना नहीं
you should never chant less.
चाहिए इसलिए उसमें लिख रहा है क्या बोले प्रेम विवर्तक ग्रंथ
So in the Prema Vivarta Grantha is
नाम
saying,
की कभी उपासना नहीं चाहिए
you should never fast in the holy names.
है
Upavas,
नाम
never
की
fast.
उपवास समझते कि नहीं
Never fast. Fast.
Fast.
Never stop. Never don't chant like you sometimes fast food. You don't eat the food.
श्रवण में कीर्तन में स्मरण
Maybe
में
you're
कहीं
fasting
नहीं
of smarana and other things,
जाता है।
kirtana, but in sorry, kirtana no. You should never fast in the chanting.
ये कहा
Fast means like not eating, right? So
तो सेवा में करते हैं तो
उपवास.
सेवा में तो कितना टाइम जाता है तो
but if you're doing the service, then
कोई बार हरि नाम नहीं करते हैं
if you cannot chant because you're serving, then
परिणाम नहीं करते हैं।
you're not
करते
chanting.
हैं पर
I am, but maybe not enough. You said you have to chant 64 rounds, but they're saying, as much as you're doing, God is accepting. If you're also serving, this is also service to the holy names, Namaseva. But service is not Harinama Kirtan. She's saying we have to chant holy names. You just said we should not chant less. Okay, the fixed round that you have. Okay, 16 rounds. Just in the 16 rounds. 32, then 32, or 64, 64. Whatever you're following. You should not be lazy to the chanting. You must chant. If you do less of like the Shravana Kirtan, or sometimes not so much, but there's no fault. But in names, yes. If you do less of hearing in Harikatha or the things, no problem sometimes. But chanting, no, you should fix round, you should. But for example, there's a festival, have so much service. Shravana mein, listen to the Harikatha. Maybe you're not listening so much to the Harikatha in that time of the festival because so many things are there. That it's okay. But you have still to chant your fixed round. Huh? Naam. So the chant that you chant, the name is that your fixed round, we have to chant every day. Okay, maybe one day for some reason you didn't hear the Harikatha. It's okay. For some reason, for one day you didn't hear the Harikatha. This is not so faulty. But the holy name's fixed round. There is no excuse for your fixed round not chanting. There's no excuse for not chanting your fixed round. Oh, I did so much service, that's why today I didn't chant. Anybody means? You have to chant your fixed round. And if you don't have taste for the limbs of Bhakti, for example, to ornament the deity, but you must have taste in chanting. You must chant every day. Maybe for some reason you had to go somewhere and you couldn't listen to the Harikatha. There was an obstacle in listening to the Harikatha. This is forgivable. But today I had to do this marriage, the wedding or something, so I couldn't chant. No, you must chant. You should never fast in the holy names. Even a little bit, if you follow Bhakti, you'll be free from the greatest fear of death. Means if you follow even a little bit of the limbs of Bhakti, even if you do less, a little bit, or not proper sequence, there's no any fault. For example, you have the rule. Every day, early in the morning, I will chant holy names, or hear holy names. Hear Harikatha. But for some reason, you weren't able to listen to the Harikatha. This is not so faulty. But you said, I was so busy and did not chant my rounds. Then no. No concession for not chanting. No excuse. So you said the minimum is to chant 16 rounds. But if you do 10 rounds or 6 rounds, then
हाँ?
Then I should stop chant. I should stop serving to chant all the 16 rounds.
सेवा छोड़ना
No, we should also not give up the service. No. So I should switch off my phone.
कुछ भी करे क्योंकि सेवा छोड़ना
I should also not leave the service. Never. Okay.
गुरुदेव के मुझसे नहीं
I heard from Gurudeva.
मैं अपने गुरुदेव के
Sometimes Shanaraya Maharaj used to say, sometimes to chant 4 rounds, it was very hard because I was serving Gurudeva. But every day I was chanting 4 rounds, every day. Like every day I used to chant 64, but for the special occasion, only 4 rounds per day. Narayana Maharaj himself told this. 4 rounds per day only he was chanting, but every day 4 rounds. No fault. There's no fault in this because his fixed round is 4 rounds because it's special occasion, so much service. This is not changing our namanishta or something like that, because the service is also included, because the service was the main. For example, in the time of Janmashtami, we were going for collection and so many things. Could not chant 64 rounds in the time of Janmashtami. So chanting less is no problem. But doesn't mean every day I'll do like this. No. Like every day chanting the last. No. You don't understand. You're asking the same question again and again. You don't understand. First, offer to the deity. The same question you ask every day. The seva is also, Naam is also seva, and seva is also inside. Cooking is not service. Chant holy names early in the morning as soon as you wake up, 1 hour, for 1 hour. Then already you chant the 16 rounds, and your mind is so fixed at that time of early in the morning. Early in the morning, when you chant the Brahma Muhurta, you chant very nicely, and so much happiness comes, because your mind is so concentrated in the mode of goodness. That's why I always say you have to chant holy names early in the morning, in the Brahma Muhurta especially. Because our mind also is influenced by the Sattva, Raja and Tamoguna. It's written in the Shastra. We have to chant rounds very early in the morning because the mind is in the goodness. But the more the sun is going, like up in the sky, your mind is also in the mode of passion, and during the night mode of ignorance. The rules of this world. So, time of goodness is only early in the morning, before the sunrise. That time is the mode of goodness time. That's why you have to chant holy names at the time of goodness. So why Brahma Muhurta? You have to chant the Guru Astaka, not in other times. So Guru Astaka should be in Brahma Muhurta. Why in the Brahma Muhurta? Because the mode of goodness is there. Okay, you can chant in the mode of in the midday, but midday is time of passion, Rajasic. And also after sunset, you feel sleepiness, tiredness. You have come tired from your work, from your job. You feel tired, like mode of ignorance in that time. So in the Brahma Muhurta you have to chant Harinam. Do you understand? But you're sleeping in the Brahma Muhurta. You chant Harinam in the Brahma Muhurta. If you do, it's good. He's saying, I chant 1 or 2 rounds in Brahma Muhurta. Gurudev said, no, we have to chant for 1 hour, 16 rounds in the Brahma Muhurta. He's doing a lot, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, he's saying, in the Brahma Muhurta. He's doing, it's good. And those who are doing, it's very good. Should glorify. Okay, 10 o'clock, let's take prasad. Offer to Thakurji. You're bringing to me without offering. Offer first.